Good morning, happy Saturday. It's great to see you all. It's especially great to see some names that I haven't seen in a while that are familiar. For those of you who happen or might be new, please don't feel like you have to learn all of these exercises all at once. They're relatively straightforward exercises, but sometimes it takes a while for them to feel familiar, like that cozy chair that you curl up in with your book and your tea or your coffee or your hot chocolate with whipped cream, and that escalated a little bit pretty quickly. My name is Mary Frances. I'm one of Henry Jean Marley's Qigong students. Welcome to Medical Qigong Practice Saturday morning. We're going to be going over our basic 8 exercises, 1 through 6 for the first 30 minutes. And then we're going to go over the Ren exercise, which is the 7th one, after that for about 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started with our warm-ups. The traditional warm-up for the basic 8 is that circular breathing. And if you're new, the big spine point is just at the base of the cervical spine and where the thoracic spine meet. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Opening up. Feet are hip width, shoulder width apart. Settling into the space. Letting the feet melt into the earth. Relaxing the low back. Relaxing the shoulders. Tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. That's connecting the front of the body and the back of the body. The jaw is softening. The very top of the head is reaching up into the sky. We're going to be breathing in and out through the nose throughout the entire duration of this exercise. And then we're going to allow a little bit of space underneath the armpit area, underneath the shoulders. Letting the arms drift away from the torso so that there's greater circulation of blood and chi. Closing our eyes. We're first inhaling through the nose, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian. That's 3 to 4 finger breaths beneath the belly button. Allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, continuing down the midline to the perineum, the very bottom area, the lowest point of the torso. Inhaling up the spine to the big spine point. And exhaling out to the palms of the hands. We're going to repeat this route several more times. Inhaling to the lower dantian. Exhaling down to the perineum. Inhaling up to the big spine point. And then exhaling to the palms of the hands. Inhaling, lower dantian. Exhaling to the perineum. Inhaling up to the big spine point. Exhaling to the palms of the hands. Inhaling, lower dantian. Exhaling perineum. Inhaling up to the big spine point. Exhaling to the palms. Continuing on, allowing the breath to flow through this circular route. Allowing the chi to flow through this circular route. And allowing the body and mind to relax into this exercise. Getting ready to wrap up. And opening the eyes. Releasing the arms. And closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. With that same mind intent, opening for the first exercise of the basic 8, lung and large intestine. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling. Exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Going at your own pace. Allowing your breath to guide the movements. Getting ready to close. Closing. For the spleen stomach, I'm going to be doing the modified extra breath for the first few. Inhaling. Exhaling completely. Inhaling. And exhaling. The extra inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. My modified extra inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. I'm now taking away that modified breath and doing the traditional exercise. You do whichever form works best for you. Getting ready to close. And closing. Our heart, small intestine exercise. Gathering in front of the lower dantian. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. Out. About one more. Releasing. Closing. Our kidney urinary bladder exercise. Inhaling, pausing the breath, exhaling, in, allowing the breath to pause, and out. And about one more. Releasing, closing. Our pericardium Sanjiao exercise. Inhaling up to just underneath the shoulders. Exhaling completely. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. And working at your own pace. Enjoying that expansion and contraction of the body and the breath. About one more on each side. Closing. And then our liver gallbladder exercise. Remember, for this one, we want to keep our eyes nice and wide. Opening. Gathering our chi bowl. Inhaling. And then exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhale. Going now at your own speed, at your own rate. And about one more. Release. Closing. Keeping the feet together. Bringing the palms together. Transitioning some of that wonderful chi to the palms so that we can then bring it to the base. We're going to do a slightly longer facial rejuvenation this morning. So instead of our magic number being 9, our magic number is 18. I think there have been some allergies in Los Angeles. I don't know about where you are, so this is going to be super helpful. Or at least a little bit helpful. All right. 18 times, washing the face. We're going to wipe the brow, upper and lower, underneath the eye, 18 times. And then up and down the entirety of the nose, 18 times. Our number changes back to 9. We're doing 9 circles inward and 9 circles outward. Imagine just underneath the pupil at the cheekbone, 9 circles in, 9 circles out. And then dredging the channels of the scalp 18 times. Allowing your fingers to really get in there, giving yourself a nice scalp massage. And then beating the drum 18 times. Grasping the ears 18 times on each side. Popping the cork 18 times. And then uniting the Ren and the Do channel, we're going back to our 9 circles inward, 9 circles outward. Massaging the jaw 18 times on each side. Our number changes to 12 times total, or 6 times each side, brushing down the throat. And 12 times total down the breastbone. We're doing 9 circles up the right, down the left at the lower dantian, gathering all that wonderful energy to the lower dantian. And then switching directions. Resting the palms at the lower dantian, closing the eyes. Inhaling, guiding the breath in the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace, allowing yourself to relax into the breath. Relaxing into the moment. And allowing the chi to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Thank you all so very, very much for practicing with us on this Saturday morning, or whenever you get to practice this on YouTube. We are now going to go ahead and work on the Ren channel exercise for the basic 8. There aren't going to be any show and tells today because we're going to talk a lot about this exercise, just the mechanics of it, and break it up piece by piece so that you feel nice and secure doing it on your own. And then next week when we go over the final exercise of the basic 8, then we might have a show and tell. So breaking this up, we're going to break it up, as I said, into tiny, tiny little increments. If you've done this exercise before, go ahead and feel free to just enjoy the exercise working on it on your own. But for those who haven't done it before, or if you want a little refresher, let's start out at the beginning. And the beginning for us is going to be a modified stance. So we're going to work on the legs, we're going to work on the lower half of the body first. Okay, since we like to start typically with the left side, we're actually going to take the left heel and pop it up off the ground. So we're starting with both feet together, and we're going to pop that left heel up off the ground. Okay, so I'm trying to mirror you. Feet are together, popping that left heel up, and then we're simply going to bring the hips back behind us and our torso forward as we bend the supporting leg, which is the right leg. So bending at the knee, the hips go back, the torso goes forward. And then we're coming up. So simple, right? That's all I want you to do at the very start, is simply popping up that heel so that we're then balancing more and resting more of our weight on the right side of the body. Okay, we've got a little bit of balance fun stuff going on, and then our hips are going back as our shoulders fall forward and we bend that supporting knee. And then coming up. And then we're going to switch so that left heel comes down, the right heel comes up. And then once again, the hips are going back, the shoulders are tilting forward, we're bending that supporting knee, and then we're coming back up. Okay, so that's all we're going to do. First the left side, Bending the supporting knee, pushing the hips back, coming back up. Switching. Hips go back, shoulders come forward. One more time on each side, just getting a feel for that balance. And we're going to give you lots of different ways to play with the balance later on. But for now, just kind of feel it out. Now, as always, if any of these exercises aggravate your joints or anything else, please don't do them. If you're having a little problem with your balance, you can always take a chair, especially for this part, and just kind of play around, okay? So the next thing I'd like you to do is popping up that left heel. We're going to take our right hand in a loose fist out to the side, so it's not completely out at 90 degrees, and it's not completely out straight in front of us. It's somewhere off to the side. I think Henry once said it was like grabbing onto a subway line, right? So we want it about out, not straight in front, not straight out to the side, but about 45 degrees or 30 degrees or 60 degrees. And from here, all we're going to do is when we bend forward and push our hips back, bending on the right knee, we're going to take that right hand and bring it to the breastbone. And then come up. Let's do that one more time. We're just simply bringing the palm of the fist to the breastbone and then coming back up. So let's switch. Now my right heel is up off the ground and my left hand is out to the side in a loose fist. Keep the fist loose as you bring it to the breastbone and then standing back up. You don't want it to be a noodle fist, but you do want it to be nice and relaxed. You don't want it gripped so hard that, say, you're shaking or you're tensing your muscles too much. Okay, so I did 2 on that side. Now we're going to go straight from one side to the next. Bending, straightening, switch, bend, and straight. One more time on each side. Okay. Switch. All right, so now I'm going to let go of this arm for a moment and focus on the other arm. So with the left heel up, I'm going to take my left hand, palm flat. And before we even bend, just for fun, we're going to slide that palm up the side of the body, up the side of the rib cage, and then extend out as if you're shaking the hands at the universe. And then we're going to bring it back. We're retracting it in that same direction, pulling the elbow back, and then letting the palm slide back down the body. Okay, so let's do that with the leg portion. So we're bending the knee, the leg slides up and then out, and then coming back up, putting it back down. Let's do that one more time. So sliding up, and then I jumped then before. So we're sliding the arm up, and then we're extending as we bend at the knee, and then retracting, coming back down the side. Switching. So now the right heel is up, and it's the right palm that's sliding up, and then extending out to shake hands with the universe, and then retracting and coming back. One more time on this side, sliding up, extending, coming back to the start. Okay, now we bring them together. Left heel is up. Right hand, loose fist. Left hand, relaxed by your side. And then as that right fist comes in to the breastbone, we're extending that left hand to shake hands with the universe. And then as we retract, we come back to the start. Switching. And switching. Let's go ahead and add in the breath. We're inhaling and then exhaling. Inhaling and then exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. And that's the Rin channel exercise, modified. So you want to do it the classic way, looking at the time. You want to do it the classic way. We actually have the leg up off the ground. And it's so much fun to at least try. Before we actually try the real exercise, go ahead and place more weight on your right leg. Bring your left leg up off the ground and simply hold it out in front of you, right? Get a feel for that. And then let it swing back behind. Get a feel for that. Forward. And back. And then release. Placing more weight first on your left leg. Forward. And back. Forward. And back. Coming back down. We're going to do that one more time, and we're going to start thinking about balance a little bit. So Henry likes to talk about the leg that's out and free and doing fun stuff as like your cat's tail. So it can actually help you with your balance. It can help adjust and keep everything centered. So maybe start thinking, once again, I'm going to give lots of different ideas on balance, and you pick the one or ones that work best for you. If none of them resonate with you, you come up with your own balance formula. But if you think about the leg in the air as your cat's tail, it can help kind of mitigate, give you extra support the way that it's moving. Okay, so that's one way. I also like to think about being a cake topper, because cake is awesome. But those plastic cake toppers, they have that plastic spear that goes down from the foot into the cake, and then you have this wonderful little figure on the cake doing its fun thing. We're the same way. You take your energy, even if it's just like your mental outlook, and focus it going down through the supporting leg, then you can kind of do whatever you want at the top, because you've got a strong support deep down beneath you, holding you up. Another trick, obviously, maybe not obviously, if you've been in dance or gymnastics, you spot a point on, if we're inside on the wall, but a point that's not moving, and you use that as your focus, and that helps bring your body kind of into balance. The last one I'm going to talk about today is thinking about the lower dantian, so your center of gravity. Remember, when we're pushing the hips back, you're lowering your center of gravity. Think about that area, because that's going to be fairly stable. Okay, so those are some choices for you. All right, let's continue on. So for the left side, the right hand's coming up, the left knee is coming up, and then we're simply going to extend it back behind us as we reach out and shake hands with the universe. And then we're coming back. And then we're going to switch sides. We're inhaling. exhaling. I'm pausing a little bit. There isn't so much of a pause. Inhaling. And exhaling. You may notice one side feels a little more stable than another side. I definitely have my more stable side. Now, if you have hip issues, especially, or knee issues, you may want to stay with the modified version. Both are very effective. The last thing I want to say about balance is the more relaxed you can stay. Once again, not wet noodle, but just simply relaxed. The easier this is going to go because you're not going to be tensing up and disallowing the micro movements that allow for greater balance. So if I'm super stiff and trying it, it's actually a lot more difficult than if I'm a little more relaxed. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. And as I'm going, I'm not, now that I'm relaxing into the exercise, I'm not making firm contact with that hand, with that palm. It's more of just a gradual guide. And about one more time on each side. And that's our rim channel exercise for the basic 8. So let's do a short closing, and then we'll see if there are any questions. So keeping the feet together, bringing the palms together. And then bringing the palms to the lower dantian, closing the eyes. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Allowing the mind to relax into the breath. Allowing the breath to relax the body. And allowing that chi to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Thank you all so very, very much. We will be integrating that exercise into our Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday practices. Feel free to play with that exercise on your own, of course. Are there any questions? I feel like that exercise is kind of your treat for getting through the basic 8. Good question. When the leg goes back, the foot is relaxed. So it's not like if you're once again in something where this has been important, it's not pointed, it's not a hard point like you're in ballet, and it's not a full flex as if you're back kicking or stomp kicking someone. The foot is actually more relaxed. So it's at about, I don't know, slightly, this is dorsiflex. This is flex. I don't remember my dorsiflex versus flex, but it's relaxed. It's relaxed. So it stays relaxed throughout the movement. That's a good question. Any other questions? Let's see, I'm going to chat. Good morning, Henry. Hi. It's good to see everybody. We're going to be having our social Sunday tomorrow. So please feel free to come back and enjoy Social Sunday and ask Henry questions and all of that good stuff. Thank you all so very, very much. It's great to see new people. It's great to see people that that I haven't seen in a while. And I hope you all are doing well. Please stay safe and be good to yourselves, and see you soon. Bye.